You're now tuned into the number one independent radio show in Connecticut. Titanium Radio. On 89.9 Cute FM Hartford.
89.9 WQTQ FM, Titanium Radio at Titanium_radio. DJ QT's on the ones and twos. B Davis here. Timmy Tim's in the building, and in the building with us we have Chez LadyRed. That was just music from her. QT taking it back. How old was that last track?
That track is really not that old. It's probably about, I wrote it probably about maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
That's an exclusive track though.
Word. All right, okay.
Only DJ QT.
Yeah, man, he's the man with all the exclusives, man. But Q's been telling me about you for some time now. He was saying that you've been making music, and he's been a fan of your music since the MySpace days. And you've been doing your thing for that long. So tell us about your journey and how you got to where you are now and some of your influences.
Okay, so I've come a long way. I started doing music officially, like as far as that first track we just heard, which is called Should I, a while ago. And when I started a couple years ago, I was writing for a lot of labels. Some mostly major, but some minor or some independent labels in New York and different people. And that actually was a sample for a song that I was writing for another artist. But so that's how I got into music. Like, I love music, I sing, and everyone would say, oh, but you have the look, you have the sound, you should get into it. But originally I, started off writing music and caught the ear and eyes of a lot of different labels for other artists, and I was good with that. And then, of course, being a natural singer, I love singing as well. So I kind of got back into it now and just, completed an amazing, epic album. It's called I See You. It's 12 tracks. And Cupid is the single off that album. And it's fire. It's just ready to go,
Word.
But I got into it a while ago, and I write, and I have, I publish, I do everything when it comes to music. I write my music. I have a publishing company. It's called Challenge Everything LadyRed Music. I sell music to artists and labels, so everything's published. And
so let's go back, right? So you said that you love writing. That's what kind of brought you into the whole music thing.
yes.
Do you remember what the first song you wrote about?
Well, my first song I co-wrote. I didn't really write. I co-wrote with an amazing writer. His name is Lanty Robertson. He's from Connecticut, but he's out in Atlanta now. And he was a big influence on me. And he was just an amazing writer and kind of crafted in a way my style of music because I love the way he writes. But of course, mine's is originally me. And I co-wrote a lot of songs, and as I was doing that, I was like, oh wow, it just started coming to me so naturally, and it was so hot. It was funny because I wrote my first song when I was like 12. I was 12, and it's a funny thing because he sent me that track. He was like, I got a surprise for you, and he sent me that track of me singing it.
Wow.
At 12 years old, yeah,
wow.
Like maybe about a week ago, and I was like almost in tears. I was like, wow, I didn't even know you still had this.
Wow, that's crazy. So you was writing music at 12 years old.
12 years old.
What were you writing about?
It was about love, it wasn't, sexual or anything like that, but it was lovey, it was sweet and lovey.
Okay.
Which kind of is relation to where I am now. Like I try to keep it borderline, where it's very sexy, but it's very innocent at the same time.
Word. So, have you ever had any artists write for you? Are you open to take work from other artists, or is it just a one-way street? Like, nah, I'm not taking nobody's joints.
Ooh, that's a good question. So right now, I've never had any artists write for me, but I wouldn't be prejudiced to it. In the future, I would love to work with bigger and better writers, that are, really big and selling records to major artists.
That's dope, man. Chez LadyRed. So where you from?
Originally, I'm from Hartford.
Okay.
And I'm glad you asked that question. Because people say, well, where are you from, and personally, I feel like I'm from Connecticut, period.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really vibe with, I'm from this town or that city or this, area. I grew up in Hartford. I'm from Hartford. My family's from Hartford. But I grew up in Hartford and I lived in Hartford until I was about 12. So really the bulk of me growing up into a young woman, I lived in New Britain. And I went to New Britain High School and graduated from New Britain High School. So when people say, oh, you know, Chaz from New Britain or Chaz from Hartford, I'm always like, no response.
Word. They don't know you.
So I'm from Connecticut. I represent the whole state.
Word. So, what are some things that influence you the most when you go into the studio to write, or do you have a place where you write? Like, is there a certain room in your house or a certain like comfort zone? Like you're getting like the tub, if you shut a bubble bath, or you want a toilet. Like, where you like to write at?
So right now, like generally most of the time, all the time, honestly, like I write off the top of my head. I don't write. That's the honest truth.
Word.
Like I'll be most of the time in my vehicle, you know, where I'm driving in between whatever I'm getting into, and I'll just start singing what I'm, you know, thinking of or what I'm feeling, because I've always had the habit of writing with no beat, because I always just write to the melody in my mind and actually deliver the whole song before there's a beat produced. So with that being said, it usually starts off just in the car, you know, 1 line to 2 lines to it just unravels. But of course, being a professional, I do go back once I lay that out. You know, I have my little cell phone and I get into it once I know, oh, this is, you know, real nice.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I work on it, you know, as writers do.
Where do the ideas come from? Is it your love life? Is it your friend's love life? Something you see on TV?
So, most of them are experiences that I've had, or they start off that way. I would say most of them are my experiences, though, my feelings, my ideas. But as time goes on, and most of that album, and as a writer, growing into a stronger writer, like I'll start off a song about me or about someone else. So it's a little bit of everything. Like I started off a song about a young girl I knew who was having a hard time. And it was just an inspirational song to encourage her. It's called Always Love Yourself. So it started off just telling her to keep her head up and be strong. And then it ended up being about a few people I knew, so the story changed.
Word.
So about me and other people.
Word. It's 89.9 Cupid FM. Chaz LadyRed is in the building. Titanium Radio at Titanium_radio. We're going to jump back into the joints.
Yeah, we got gotta get into Cupid.
Cupid, we got the new record Cupid. Album's called I See You.
The album is called I See You, and this is my new baby, Cupid. The song is very dear to me. Some of my fans know, like, it was something I had around for a while that I was playing around and kind of just sampling myself as an artist, you know, and then I actually completed the song and placed some original music behind it, and it's so hot and it's so phenomenal. It was still my first choice.
Word. It's 89.9 Cupid FM. Let's jump into it. Chaz LadyRed. This one's called Cupid. It's Titanium Radio. Man, we got Chaz LadyRed in the building. That one's called Cupid, off of her new album, upcoming album, I See You.
Yes.
And we learned off air that our guy Prestige produced that one right there.
He did, the Prestige.
Yeah, man, that's our guy right there, man. So you were saying that you linked up with some pretty dope producers to work on this album, right?
I did. I hooked up with the Prestige one. I want to call him by his government name. I've known him for a while, but the Prestige one.
Yeah.
And he produced Cupid, which is amazing. He actually produced quite a few tracks on the album. But I also worked with Troy Oliver, who's a hit producer, Grammy nominated. He's produced for J-Lo. He's produced for a lot of different artists. I also worked with Edwin Ramos, he's like a mentor of mine. I've been working with him for 10 years, and I've started writing stuff with him as well, you know, as a writer and just building. But like he's Grammy nominated, Grammy selected for, you know, Mary J, Jill Scott, all the strong like R&B artists in the industry, a lot of them. So shout out to ER.
Do you ever get intimidated working with high profile producers or Grammy nominated, Grammy award winning producers?
No, I love it.
Step up to the plate?
I step to the plate, and you know, with anything in life, especially in this business, I treat everybody like a regular person, because to me that's what you are. You're no different from me, I'm no different from you. You're doing what I do, you know. Even if people are at a different level, I don't look at it that way, you know. And that can bring a lot of success to artists as well. When you have that confidence, and that confidence is natural. You know that you're doing music and you're great at it.
Word.
And that's it. So no, I never get that. Not yet. I haven't, you know. If I was to meet Mary J. Blige, I might be a little nervous, because I'm like a big fan. I've been listening to her from real young. But I would deliver.
Word. Switching gears a little bit, Are you single? Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm single. I'm definitely single, and my career is, my relationship and my full commitment. But I'm single.
So I was asking Tammy this earlier, right? So guy comes and picks you up on the first day, right? And I assume that the guy was taking Tammy to Red Lobster, but he's probably taking you somewhere, probably like West Hartford Center, somewhere like that.
Blueback Square.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's or something.
Look at him. He just hold up.
But let's say you get out, right, in front of the restaurant, and he's wearing a male romper.
Ooh.
What do you do? What do you do?
Her face does it up.
I'm just gonna turn around and walk away.
You're not gonna stick around?
No.
For the steak?
No, definitely
Nah?
not. I would shake his hand. I would say hi. Be polite, and I would be like, kindly and genuinely, I would not be on that date.
But he's gonna call you. He's gonna text you and ask for some type of explanation. Like, what are you gonna tell him?
I don't know. I would tell him he had on a male romper. I don't mind. It's cool with me, but I just don't. Not for somebody that I'm dating.
Pause. We go pause. Why she get Blueback Square and I gotta go to Thought Lobster?
I'm just saying. I mean, she's got on like she's looking good right now. I'm just saying.
So what you trying to say? I'm like basic right now, B?
You said it.
B, is that what you're implying right now?
Yo, Red Lobster is good though. The biscuits.
I love
That is Thought Lobster. She gets to go to West Hartford Blueback Square Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factories.
So I get downgraded to Thought
It's
Lobster.
not a downgrade. He still got on the male romper, so it's all the same.
It does not matter.
It's all the same.
You tried to play my life. That's
Tammy said she would stick around for the biscuits though.
I would stick around for the biscuits.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm loyal to food.
So now the male romper is out. Is a no-go for you?
I like males and rompers. If they look good, but not for me.
So you like that type of thing?
Not for me.
Okay.
But I don't. If it looks good on the guy and it's supposed to look good on him, then I'm with that. Salud.
Word. Chez LadyRed is in the building. Titanium Radio at Titanium_radio. So we don't have a release date for the album yet.
No, we're working on this. We're pushing a single which just came out. A lot of great things are coming out of the single. It's been up right now for 10 days and we're 13,000, about 12,700 strong. In less than 2 weeks. I'm really excited about that.
On SoundCloud?
No, I have a YouTube and I have pretty much all other social media networks.
Great.
Yeah, it's an amazing response I've been getting, and I have fans, but I've gained a lot of fans just by word of sound and mouth. It was surprising. The first 7 days, I had a lot of downloads. I had 6,000 downloads and people all around. And I have a lot of industry people too that reach out to me because they believe in the record. They hear it, it's hot, they digging it, and they're pushing. They're kind of just putting that word out there. So it's all love. I appreciate it.
Word, definitely, man. Chez LadyRed is in the building. Man, we looking forward to the album. I See You. Hopefully you'll come back and bless us with your presence one more time for when the album comes out.
I definitely will.
In the meantime, though, y'all can look out for the video on YouTube.
The video's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. You can find my YouTube is Chez LadyRed, CHEZ LadyRed as one word. That's pretty much my MO everywhere between Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can buy the single any and everywhere: iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, SoundCloud, Spotify, and enjoy it. It's a beautiful song, something we could all rock out to and enjoy, and it's fun.
And it's the type of video where you could just watch it without the sound on, and then you still get the same enjoyability out of it.
Yeah.
Because she's beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
So you're now putting on Titanium Radio at Titanium_radio. Chez LadyRed, thank you for passing through.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys. Love you.
Titanium Radio. On 89.9 Cupid FM, Hartford.